Good evening. I call this meeting to order of the Lincoln County Board of Education. We are meeting in regular session. Today is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026 at 6 p.m. at the central office in Hamlin. This is a meeting of the Lincoln County Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the county school system's business. There's a time for public participation during the meeting as indicated in an agenda item, public comment. A copy of the meeting will be on the board's website within 5 working days. At this time, I'll ask Board Member Burns if she will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I will be glad to. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. That takes us to agenda item 2. Roll call. We have Board Member Mosteller present, Board Member Burns present, Board Member Cartwright present, and myself, and Ms. McComas, Board Member McComas, is on the phone. Takes us to agenda item 3, public comment. No one signed in for public comment, so we'll move on to agenda item 4, instruction leadership, and turn it over to Ms. Shortridge.
So most of the time I've been here talking about K-8, and we're finally kind of getting some things into the high school as well. So Mr. Barnett had asked me to come talk about some of the changes that we've added this school year. If you look, I gave you a handout. There's a lot of features. We've purchased iExcel. And one of the main reasons that we purchased it was we realized we didn't really have a benchmark or a data point in time for our high school students until the end of the year in the spring. The PSAT only happens for 9th and 10th grade in the spring. Therefore, we're going all year without getting really any data for these students. And so we have implemented a benchmark. The window will end at the end of this month due to weather. But that was one of the big selling points of why we kind of had purchased this program. In addition to that, it has some test prep items, it has some skill-based items and things like that, and I'm going to show you a few things tonight, but I gave you a handout of just all of kind of the key points. And one of the other things that is extremely beneficial when you dive into the student individualized data is it gives you a lot of, it gives you, what's it called? Trouble spots, where it lets you know based on the student's diagnostic what they need for a reteach, relearn, and it gives them individualized instruction at the high school level. The other thing that it has built in that's a little different than some of the other programs for high school is it has a component called Group Jam, and it can be used for small group instruction. So you can display the same question for every student, or you can do what's called a lightning round, where it's like a game-like atmosphere. It's based on standards, high school standards, and it's really geared toward the SAT test prep.
Who will be doing this kind of work with these students?
It'd be 9 through 12, ELA and math.
Okay.
And that's where we're starting. They have science and social studies components. They even have Spanish.
Okay.
But just to get it rolling is where we've started. We've now had 2 PD sessions on this, and we've now fully implemented the first benchmark.
Okay.
As the beginning of the year benchmark, there was some difficulty with the ECA students, so we wanted to make sure and include them so we have a better plan. So I should have better data for you here in a few weeks. But one of the things I wanted to show you is our adopted textbooks. So all of our adopted textbooks, and this is what our 9th graders have, and it correlates with the textbook. So we have McGraw-Hill for our math textbook, and then we have Carnegie for our ELA textbook. And both textbooks, they partner with iExcel. So it gives the kids skill plans and lessons directly correlated with the textbook. So that was another selling point. One of the other things that's so beneficial is it actually has an SAT test prep plan for all 11th graders. It takes their diagnostic and you can score it with the PSAT and anything else, and then it gives you an individualized what they call study plans, and every student gets their own study plan based on SAT test prep. So, this is an example of math, and if a student, that lowest tier on the SAT or PSAT, less than 370, these are the domains that it's saying, okay, this kid needs to get this before you move on.
Now,
So-
will a math teacher be teaching this part to those students?
So all teachers have access and have been trained.
But do you think they will teach their own subject though, rather than like if I were an English teacher, I don't believe I'd want to teach math.
Correct. They have their own, they have access to this to use in their own classroom, and
Okay.
then they also have the built-in test prep.
So it's on the computers that the kids will be actually doing it on their own?
Yes.
Okay.
And teachers can see live data, they can see the live questions, they can see any kid's screen at any time.
Up and see what their scoring was and how they did?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
The other thing that is beneficial is we all know AI has, taken off. And so these are all the AI tools for teachers. But one of the biggest things that I wanted to show you is how easy it is for a teacher to generate a reteach, relearn, or a worksheet based on test prep. So I just put in, I wanted SAT test prep for math, and I wanted 5 questions. And it's going to generate, it's going to pull from the SAT test bank, and it's going to give the teachers questions, sample questions to use with the students, as well as the answer key. You can also do an exit ticket. You can translate it. There's so many things you can do with this. You can also do open-ended, so if you want to bump that up to a higher, more rigorous activity, you can just type that in.
When do they take their test, the real test? When do they?
11th grade,
I mean, but what part of the year?
April.
April, so they've got to do this between now and April to kind of get them ready for it, don't they?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And as far as next year, so I think everyone's kind of seen the worth. This is year 1 when you're implementing a program. And so some of the things that we've talked about, Mr. Roy and his team, is about looking at some creative scheduling and making sure every student has an intervention or an AA class that could be used for IXL time, as well as that would give leniency for those test prep students to rotate them by skill base, because you can break down their data all the way down to what strand and what skill for the SAT they need help with.
And they'll know exactly what to give them, won't they?
Yeah, so that's what our hope is for next year for the schedule is, and that creates a movement. You can constantly move and look at the data and regroup our students. Our benchmark, we're hoping to have, we've got a better plan. The first round, it seemed that it was it took a little bit to get it going because of the ECA kids and some logistics, but we've got a good solid plan. The other thing we've spoken about is some competition, some friendly competition, because there's lots of ways you can track that as well. Students can set goals, and they could set them by AA, and they would compete against one another for things. It could be something simple that the student government kind of determines, but just some good friendly competition.
And they're gonna do that this coming year?
The following
year.
year. Right now, what we're doing is, this is the focus in the test prep as well as the math and ELA classrooms. They just had another round of PD, so that's the expectation now that Mr. Roy's pushing out, is that it's utilized.
Just a quick question, and I apologize if you covered this, but I know whenever you came up, we was talking mostly about high school grades, and I see on there that Spark Studio worksheet generator, it was pre-K through 12. Will the elementary also have that? No.
They don't
No,
have
because
access to
we
it.
have iReady, and they're so familiar with iReady, and it's very similar. The problem with iReady is it only goes to 8th grade, and at the time of our universal screeners, IXL was not approved. Now, it is now approved as a universal screener for the House bill, but that's why we went with iReady. But we knew we needed something at the high school level. We did a lot of research. This is one of so iReady directly correlates with our GSA. There's less than a 1% deviation. It's very similar to IXL and SAT. Khan Academy is another one. It's a free resource through College Board that we utilize, but IXL and Khan Academy are the two that are kind of like vetted by the College Board as far as direct correlation to the West Virginia SAT, so.
This is, just to dumb it down, essentially it's iReady for high school.
Correct, correct. Gives them pretty similar data as well. And there's just a few little different pieces, but what we realized once we've really got rolling is we're trying to make sure every student's getting, closing the gaps, is we were lacking that, first of all, that data piece to drive instruction. So that was our first step, and that's how we've kind of decided on our Excel's curriculum
They need to
team.
know how to take a test, even at the high school level. They need to know that.
And-
Because they do it all the time in elementary, but you don't do that very much in high school, so I'm glad we're doing that for our kids.
We're
We've-
utilizing stuff like this too. The products like this will also come in handy when we look at our NTI schedules. And students can have front-loaded work to do that is actually data-driven and will produce data for us to
Know
build
where to
from.
put them.
Yeah,
Is the-
so the College Board has test item bank, test question item banks now, much like the GSA, the test authoring and things we utilize. So we've trained the math department specifically because of our math data, that's such a higher need. So that's been our first round of PD, and they were very receptive, and it mirrors what iExcel pulls. So there's two resources. You've got the College Board, all of the test questions where they can do test taking strategies and model and test prep, and then iExcel. Very similar content, especially the higher you go with that SAT score.
Do you all pull the, like the eighth grade teachers from the schools that have the eighth grade math, and do you pull them in on this training too, when you all have training for them?
They're trained in iReady, GSA, and all the
okay.
things that pertain to their grade.
So if this goes well with math and ELA, we could add other subjects at any time.
Science, social studies,
Just gonna see how
Spanish,
this does.
several electives, personal finance. And McGraw-Hill is a correlation, a textbook that partners with it, so.
So one of the other things that I noticed is whenever you were making the sample worksheet, you chose SAT prep. Is there an option for West Virginia GSA benchmark? Is that an option on there or no?
Yeah, but the teachers don't have access. We only have the licenses, but yes.
I just, okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not trying to do away with iReady. I think you don't, if something's working, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
But I was just curious if eventually, if this turns out to be something good, you
We might
get
wanna
one
just-
program versus two.
Right.
And you know what, you might even wanna say, alternate some of them, alternate them and let them have a taste of both of them. And let them know, if they go somewhere else and pick another program that somebody picks a program for them to do it, they'll do as well because they'll be familiar with it.
Right.
And the answer to the first question was A.
Jeremy got that, he's proud.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna
We're
close
proud
it
of
up
it.
before you make me do the math, but,
proud of Jeremy on
I have a
that.
feeling your background must be math. but-
Well,
He
I
knows
like
nobody else read it to spot check it.
pull back up, it was A.
I can't see that far. so-
Yeah, you took a picture of that answer key, didn't you? Do you all
Jeremy's
have
sneaky. He's
any other questions? As you can see, there's tons of resources, so I tried to hit on really where we're at. The other thing that this is beneficial for is IEP writing, because there was no data points after we got rid of the iReady for special ed students. So that helps them with their IEP writing, progress monitoring. It's been a great resource for the special ed office as well.
I hate to ask this, but what's a ballpark figure of how much it's gonna cost us per year to do this? Do you know?
That was a Steve Gaines and Dale Glancy. I wanna say it was less than $10,000.
Okay, that's reasonable, that's real reasonable,
Yeah, I don't think it was much, so.
good.
But I don't know offhand for sure.
Maybe
I
you could
couldn't-
kind of research that a little bit in the next couple of weeks.
Sure,
Okay.
If it works as good as iReady, you can't put a price on it. so.
yeah.
Yeah,
so-
and they need that kind of thing, because everybody else is doing it, and then we set ours down with the real deal and expect them to do exceptionally well, and they haven't seen that before, so it's time we do it too. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. Before we move more into the agenda, I noticed the gentleman, were you wanting to speak and sign in for the pub?
It's already on the agenda, I'm sorry.
Public,
No, you were not on the agenda this evening. I hadn't had the opportunity to sit down with these guys in the photographs.
Okay, we'll catch it next time.
Okay.
Well, no, you
All
could, he could do it tonight,
no,
couldn't he?
not,
No?
not if he's not on the agenda. I thought he was gonna sign in for public comment,
Okay.
so, okay.
All right,
Sorry,
thank you.
Thank you. So move on to agenda item 5. It's public hearing, and according to the provisions of West Virginia Code 18-5-45, the floor will be open to receive public comments regarding the proposed school calendar for the 26-27 school year.
And we've got a copy of that, don't we?
We do. And if there's no one to discuss, then we'll move on to agenda item 6, which is approval of the minutes.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Cartwright,
I'll second.
second by Mrs. Burns. Mrs. Burns?
Yes.
Mr. Cartwright?
Yay.
Ms. McComas?
Yes.
Mr. Mosteller?
Yay.
And Mr. Wilson is a yea. That carries 5-0. And takes us to agenda item 7, consent. Looks like you got items A through N there. Just because Mrs. Shortridge is here, I'd draw attention to item H, which was the last time she was here, she was asking for early release on March the 6th, which is the first Friday in March, for give teachers time to analyze data, so that has been added to the agenda.
Make a motion, we accept consent items?
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Mosteller, second by Ms. Burns. Mrs. Burns?
Yes.
Mr. Cartwright?
Yay.
Ms. McCommon?
Yes.
Mr. Mosteller?
Yay.
And Mr. Wilson is a yea. That carries 5-0. Takes us to agenda item 8, policies. Superintendent recommends board review and approve the following policies for 30-day review. There's 5 different policies outlined there, and they're all in the left-hand side of your packet, and also the email copy that we got earlier this week.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Cartwright,
I'll second.
second by Mrs. Burns. Mrs. Burns?
Yes.
Mr. Cartwright?
Yay.
Ms. McComas?
Yes.
Mr. Mosteller?
Yay.
Mr. Wilson is a yea. That carries 5-0. Next, we move to agenda item 9, allowed and authorized payment of bills.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mrs. Burns,
Second.
second by Mr. Cartwright. Mrs. Burns?
Yes.
Mr. Cartwright?
Yay.
Ms. McComas?
Yes.
Mr. Mosteller?
Yay.
And Mr. Wilson is a yea. That carries 5-0. Next is agenda item 10, personnel, and I direct your attention to that blue sheet in the back. Looks like we have items A through H.
Give us a little minute to read that.
Yeah, I'll give you a second to
Okay.
review.
Make a motion to approve. I read my email.
Motion by Mr. Cartwright,
I'll second it.
second by Ms. McComas. Mrs. Burns,
Yes.
Mr. Cartwright,
Yay.
Ms. McComas,
Yes.
Mr. Mosteller,
Yay.
Mr. Wilson is a yea. That carries 5-0. Takes us to agenda item 11, superintendent updates.
Okay. Not to steal Ms. Shortridge's thunder, but just looking at everything that this IXL does and looking at our data and what we're hearing good positive comments from. When we first started the iReady and the Ashlock, we got some pushback. If you remember a couple years ago, we got some pushback on it, but the proof is in the pudding, and the people are seeing it now. Our teachers are seeing it, and they're buying it. They've bought into it. We feel very good about it, and very good about the data that we're seeing at this point. We're excited about that. So those are good things. The guys were over at the high school today wiring for the rest of the man trap. It ought to be, I'm going to say, fully functional by the end of the month. The wall's up, the pass-through window's up. I'm very excited about that. Even more excited that it came in under budget. So
Never happened.
that never happens.
It never will happen.
Never happens. So we got that done. So we're very excited. That's 3 safe school entrances that we've gotten in this year for the schools, and then the one we don't have, we have a deputy there that's there at least 2 hours a day. And I talked to him, and he and I had a conversation at one of the ball games the other week, and we talked about, I didn't necessarily want him there at the same time every day. I wanted him to stagger his time so that no one ever knew when he was going to be
That's right.
there. And so I thought that's gone well, and I appreciate Sheriff Seitz for helping us out there. That really speaks to his level of commitment to the community. I'm real pleased with that, and I think that this is going to work out to be a good thing for us. Duval project's coming along very well. We've been blessed with some good weather this week. They're putting they're putting the ceramic tile in the bathrooms, and it's really, it seems like we'll go up there on a Wednesday for a construction meeting, and then come back the following Wednesday, and they've just made amazing progress and quick progress. So we're very optimistic about that. Working with one of the architectural firms right now to look at going to a major improvement project, an MIP project with the School Building Authority to replace the elevator at Lincoln County High School, to refurbish that. It's at end of life, where those poor guys, they're doing everything they can to keep it running right now, but parts are obsolete, so we're having to try to create things to make it work, and they're doing a good job with it, but we're looking at trying to go to the SBA and ask for funding to help with that sort of thing, so that, working with that elevator,
You think you'll be able to go up to the School Building Authority and maybe get a yes or no before next fall?
well, yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be in April,
Okay,
yeah, so that's where we're working right now, is trying to get that straightened up. We've been talking, we met with Mr. Cummings today about mowing, and getting ready to look at purchasing another couple mowers. So I think we're in good shape. For the first time, we have a fully manned crew on maintenance, and they're knocking out, they're doing quite a bit of knocking out of work orders, which is good. We're real pleased with that. So I think right now we're in pretty good shape. So that's all I had.
good.
When's the next trip to Duval to walk through?
Week from Wednesday?
So it'll be the following Wednesday?
Yeah, week from
What time?
tomorrow.
The next coming up Wednesday, at what time?
Yeah. 9 a.m. is when they
9
start,
a.m.,
yeah.
Okay. Meet here?
Well, up there,
Oh, up there at
Yeah.
9 a.m., okay.
yeah,
Even if it rains?
even if it rains.
Okay,
You'll be able to.
okay.
Yeah.
Unless it rains too hard, then you won't be able to get
No, I probably won't be there if it rains that hard.
Okay.
All right, thank you for the updates. All sounds great stuff. Takes us to agenda item 12, board member comments.
I got something maybe for Austin, I'm not sure. We was, last couple of days, we've been involved with it, going to get things for concession stands and for these games, going to Sam's. And we went yesterday, and there's a small order, $450, whatever it was. And it's kind of, I guess my question is there a way to streamline this process, is to drive down to get a check, come back, and then try to, go to Charleston and do that? I mean, it's just kind of a lot of moving parts that, if there's any way that we can work out to.
Have it when you go?
Yeah, and also, another thing with we were looking at like paying the officials and all their paperwork and things, and, have we ever looked into that Arbiter app? I know.
I think a couple people have brought it up, and I think the last time it was emailed to me, I told them to set up a demo or send me
Okay.
some information on it. I don't know that I received anything, but
Yeah.
I'll double check.
It just makes it, it just, as far as filling out.
Sam's goes, no, there's not really a way around that.
You
We're
still
buying-
gotta go and take your
we're buying-
purchase order and see whatever's
we're
going on?
implementing some school credit cards,
Uh-huh.
which would allow them to, I guess, purchase online for grocery pickup, that type of stuff. Or the person that goes to get the groceries would have
Uh-huh.
to have the training on the purchasing card to be able to assign that card out and go make the purchase.
You-
That would eliminate the check issue, because
And-
you take a check, they scan it through, and then we have to go on the back end and update the amount, and it's not a good process.
Yeah, it's
Um,
too,
And I was looking, like, and another thing, I know of an individual who was doing something to the same effect there was, and they lifting on the waters and things like that, and they've kind of ended up with a claim, and I just, something, maybe kind of watched.
They did what?
They was
Ended
lifting
up with
water,
a
loading
claim.
not here in the school system.
Oh, yeah.
But, and had a back injury lifting on some of the thing, the water things. And I just didn't know if it was something electronic, if we could even get, we could get it, a pickup or
Yeah,
something.
we'll probably be able to shortly do a pickup if Sam's has a pickup option.
Oh, that'd be
But
great.
somebody would have to send the items, send the order into
Sure.
the school to where they can, click it and do all that. But yeah, we can do
That would simplify it a lot, just that right there.
For sure.
I do want to tell, while we're here, I meant to bring this up during updates and didn't. We have a volleyball player a week, or this Friday at 12:30. First one who's signing with a college to play college volleyball.
Will be here.
No, it'll be over at the high school in the auditorium.
Okay,
So,
at 12:30.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's great. What
This
side
Friday.
to?
she's going to Welch College. It's a Christian school in Tennessee.
Okay, that's
So.
great.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Her coach is going to be here, and it'll be her signing. So
Well, good.
we're excited for her.
That's a big thing.
I don't have anything other than, Mr. Wilson and I attended the conference in Morgantown Friday and Saturday. It was a conference that was interesting, pulled a lot of useful information out of it, but it was a long day.
It is a
But
long
the
day.
School Board
Did y'all
Association
drive
puts
up
a
there
lot-
and then stay overnight and drive back?
Yeah, they put a lot of work into putting those things on. And
Yes, they
I
did.
think that's the last one, if you don't have your hours in, if anybody doesn't have their hours. I don't think there's another opportunity to get them, is there, Robin?
I think it was spring.
Is there one in May or June? Maybe May or June, but,
We'll have to find out where it's gonna be, Robbie, so we'll know, if we need to go.
Speaking of the weekend conference, Mr. Cartwright and I was discussing that we should get hazard pay for it being on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
I heard you gifted the flu for Valentine's
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful things. But if there's no more comments,
make a motion to enter executive session.
motion by Mr. Cartwright,
I'll second.
second by Mrs. Burns. Mrs. Burns,
Yes.
Mr. Cartwright,
Yay.
Ms. McComas,
Yes.
Mr. Mosteller,
Yay.
and Mr. Wilson is a yay. That carries 5-0. The time is
Yes.
6:29. We are now Agenda item 13, the superintendent recommends the board approve the following student expulsions. Students in accordance with West Virginia Code 18A-2 and West Virginia Department of Education Policy 4373, students A and B shall be expelled from Lincoln County Schools.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Cartwright,
I'll second it.
seconded by Mr. Mosteller. Mrs. Burns,
Yes.
Mr. Cartwright,
Yay.
Ms. McComas,
Yes.
Mr. Mosteller,
Yay.
and Mr. Wilson is a yay. That carries 5-0. Takes us to agenda item 14, adjourn until Tuesday, February 24th, 2026, 6 p.m. at the central office in Hamlin.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mrs. Burns,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Cartwright. Mrs. Burns,
Yes.
Mr. Cartwright,
Yay.
Ms. McComas,
Yes.
Mr. Mosteller,
Yay.
and Mr. Wilson is a yay. That carries 5-0, and the time is 6:43.